What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Observant Lineman. Wow, sometimes all it takes is one bad day. Jermaine Whitehead, Cleveland Browns DV, had a pretty bad day on Sunday. For lack of a better word, his day was brutal.
The wins, you look out from the side. They were coming hard. Now there goes Lindsay, a 1,000-yard rusher a season ago.
Now, besides the fact that these guys were inept in their defensive efforts against the Denver Broncos, Whitehead decided to take to Twitter in order to respond to some pretty reasonable critiques of his game on Sunday. Now, look, take it from a player. You got to understand that in the world we live in today, in this social media world that we live in, whether it's good or bad, there will always be a reaction from the social media community. There will always be a reaction, whether it's a critique, whether it's a compliment. People will always have something to say. As a player, good, bad, or indifferent, stay away from it. Don't get involved with the back and forth. Don't get involved with the retweets and the hashtags. Just stay away from it. On the day of work, stay away from all of the outside noise. Don't allow these outside distractions to affect your psyche. And Jermaine Whitehead is the perfect example of why you're supposed to stay away from it. Let's just go into the article here because I really feel like it should just speak for itself. Shortly after the Browns lost to the Denver Broncos on Sunday, Cleveland safety Jermaine Whitehead went on a profane Twitter rant that included racist language and death threats. This guy was out there spewing out racist rhetoric, death threats, hood analogies. I mean, can it get any worse? I mean, I don't think I've ever seen a player literally get themselves cut or fined or suspended from strictly their social media posts. But this guy may be the first. He might be the first NFL player to get suspended because of a Twitter rant. Now, look, it's hard to tell whether he's serious. Well, it's not hard to tell whether he's serious, but it's hard to diagnose whether he's has any real intention of following through with this kind of, ridiculous behavior. But I find it quite alarming and pretty outrageous in some of the things that he said because, this is the stuff that you see cats. These are the kind of things that you expect to hear on the block. You expect to hear on the corner, if you know what I mean. And this guy's just totally out of line with this stuff. So the tweets were targeted at Twitter users critical of his and the Browns' performance, with one aimed at Browns TV and radio broadcaster Dustin Fox, after Fox tweeted that Whitehead's tackling today is a joke. Whitehead responded with a slur and a warning to Fox not to get smoked. Now, for those of you who aren't fully versed in the hood dialect, don't get smoked means don't get shot. So, just kind of a fair disclosure there for anyone who is curious about that. Now, this Twitter user is retweeting this, and of course he's lacing it with some humor. He says things seem fine, and here we have the actual tweet. Dustin Fox, who is a broadcaster for the Cleveland Browns, says Whitehead's efforts tackling today is a joke. Jermaine Whitehead in response: "Come get it in blood B. Made a lil boy." And I know that sounds ridiculous, but I don't want to get caught by the YouTube algorithm. So Gonna leave out the curse words there. You can read it for yourself. Come get it in blood. I'm out there with the broke hand. Don't get smoked. FAC, which are all curse words and a racial slur to boot that he is exhibiting towards this guy who is just doing his job and being a broadcaster. He's going to critique you when he sees something to critique, and he's going to give you a pat on the back when you do well. These are things that are not difficult concepts in the sporting world. But apparently, it gets even worse. Let's see here. There's another tweet coming from an individual who said, just saw 2 for 110 yards in a TD, F boy. And Jermaine responds, and I'm assuming that this is in response to his performance on the field. Jermaine responds, don't get blasted at, little B. Can you whoop my A, F football? Let me know when you need the address. And to him, he responds, you probably miss. So, these people are coming after him in the same way that he's coming after them. And they're being, but, of course, they're not serious. And somebody here, just because they want to see the address, they want to see what his address is, give me a time and a place, you suck. Only if you stood 10 feet from me when you tweet that BS. And here, Jermaine Whitehead responds with his address, any effing day of the week, ? And another racial slur that he drops in all caps there. Now, as I do recall, the Browns have come out. Oh, wait, but there's more. He continues on his little rant on Twitter, or on this is what? This is Instagram. Is this Instagram? Yeah, I think this is Instagram. He says, somebody direct messages him, you suck, LOL, getting trucked. Can you tackle, cuz? You on the practice squad in 2 months, maybe. To which he responds, I mean, why are you responding at this point? Like, stop. Now you're going to get trolled by every person who is within arm's reach of your tweets. And here he says, shut your BA up before I exterminate you, little B. Ain't playing either, F boy. Don't get hit up. Tell your mama, yada, 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 for her salty, you broke B. I mean, look, he's raging right now. And hey, maybe it's CTE. We don't know. But obviously the dude is beside himself, and he's allowing people online to push him even further. So for that, I say, Jermaine Whitehead, you are officially donkey of the day. Now, again, it just comes back to the simple fact that if you can't take, these kinds of criticisms and critiques from people in the social media world or in the world in general, then just stop paying attention to it. Like they always say, like coaches always say, don't read the news clippings. Don't read the headlines, because all that's going to do is take you off your center. It's going to take you off of your game, and it's going to lead to nothing but, in worst case scenario, this kind of response, which will do nothing but get you in even hotter water. As I'm sure as a player, he's going to be dealing with a lot of that fallout from his performance in the film room today. And, in general, he's going to probably have to sit down with the general manager at some point. Let's just hope he doesn't get fired. Well, do me a favor. If you like this video, hit the like button and subscribe to the Observer lineman Uche Nwaneri. Appreciate every one of you guys coming out and checking out my video on this morning after reaction to the madness of Sunday. Stay tuned. We've got more stories coming up. Appreciate you guys, and we will see you on the next video. Peace.
Perfect.